I'm Alejandra and I'm a cloud developer advocate at Amazon Web Services. Welcome to the next episode of What the Cloud? If you happen to watch the previous episode, and you may remember that we were talking about containers, and we also talked about the Amazon Container Services, Amazon Container Management Services, such as Amazon ECS, Amazon EKS, and AWS Fargate. If you haven't seen that episode yet, and you don't really know what a container means or what it is, I really recommend you check out that episode first, because otherwise this one won't really make a lot of sense. You can find a link to that episode here below in the summary description panel. All right, so let's keep rolling. Today, we're going to head over to the AWS Management Console, and we're going to go check out the ECS console. I want to show you what it feels like to create a cluster. When you are building an application that will receive large amounts of traffic, you might need to run many or several pairs of containers. How do you do that? Well, maybe you can use Amazon ECS. Amazon Elastic Container Service is a container management service that makes it easy for you to run, stop, or manage your containers. You can choose to manage them with Amazon ECS by launching your container service or tasks via AWS Fargate, which, as you may remember, we also learned about more in the previous episode. Today, we're just going to create a cluster. We're going to keep it simple. So, what is a cluster? What the cloud is a cluster? Okay, a cluster is a group of ECS container instances. Okay? ECS handles the logic of scheduling, maintaining, and handling how to scale requests to all of these container images. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we click the button, Create Cluster. Then from then on, the first step is to select our cluster template. Do you see our old friend here, AWS Fargate? The first template option is powered by Fargate. We're going to go ahead and select this one because that's what we've been learning about, and then we move on to step number 2. And for today, again, we only wanted to check out the console and see what it feels like to play around with it. So the only configuration we're going to bother with is just adding our name. I named it the WTC, so what the cloud cluster, and that's all it takes to create a cluster there. As you can see, I go ahead and I click on the create button, and boom, our cluster has been successfully created. We can also view our cluster. By clicking on the View Cluster button will take us to a detailed page. It's going to be an overview page of our cluster. Today, though, we didn't really set up any tasks or services, so there won't be much to see in this overview page. But as you can see, we do have an ARN and the cluster status, which is currently active. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today in the next episode of What the Cloud. This week was all about containers and learning about what kind of management services AWS has for managing containers. And the next week is going to be all about serverless. I hope you're ready, and I hope to see you there. Bye.